Hey man, let's finish it out with this. I thought this was very interesting because when talking about the Chicago Bears and some of the improvements that we have seen to this team, PFF put out its 2025 NFL receiving core rankings. Now, I don't agree with everything on this list. I don't agree with the order of some of these teams. I don't even know if I agree some of these teams are top 10. But the Chicago Bears fall into the top 10 on this list, and that is why this list is worth talking about and interesting here. Now, this is not just wide receivers, though. This is the entirety of the receiving core. So this is taking wide receivers into account, taking tight ends into account, taking running backs into account, all of it, right? So when you look at the list here, number one on the list, the Philadelphia Eagles. Number two, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That one's weird. I mean, great. Listen, I love Chris Godwin. I think Mike Evans is one of the best receivers in football still, even at his age.
Yeah, he's always been a sleeper. I do like
They did add Egbuku, which I think is going to help them impressively this season. But I feel is this hinging heavily on the Bucky Irving addition as well from last season? How he was in the passing game,
yeah, he was nice.
He was a really good passer, pass catcher last season, where he was a threat. Cincinnati Bengals coming in 3. I think that's kind of crazy. Like to me, I would think that the Bengals would be again, this is entire core, but I think Jamar Chase weighs a lot on that list. Detroit Lions come in 4. San Francisco 49ers come in 5. Which is very interesting. Minnesota Vikings come in 6. Miami Dolphins 7. This one, I think they should be 2. The Los Angeles Rams are 8. At a minimum, you got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams.
Aaron Williams.
You got some pass catchers on this team.
What are we doing? Okay.
And your Chicago Bears come in 9th on this list, with Houston rounding out the list 10. What's interesting about this, what was said about the Chicago Bears, that's the one we care about. So the Bears ranked in the top 5 in my receiving core rankings going into 2024, which proved to be way too high for this unit that went on to rank 27th in the PFF receiving grade. However, much of the team's struggles stemmed from a rookie quarterback and a bad offensive coaching staff. Chicago retained its core receivers, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Cole Kmet, and added Colston Loveland and Luther Burden to the mix while parting ways with Keenan Allen, who still hasn't signed.
Yeah, I was like, man, do they not love him in LA anymore? Like, what's going on?
Still has not signed. By the way, just for the Hoffa in the building, the Green Bay Packers ranked 21.
Ooh, gotta hurt with all those number one receivers.
I think when looking at this list, now I will say again, this is a PFF list.
Yeah, no, Tampa Bay is way too high.
I'll put Tampa top 10.
No, I would too. I'm just saying they're not 2.
But like the Rams gotta be higher on this list.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
There has to be a weight of what pass catchers you have.
Puka and Devontae? Are we serious?
You know what I mean? Like the Bengals are 3, and I get it. Like maybe there is. I think what's weird about this list is it's almost like it's kind of prioritizing having a bunch of weapons. If you have a bunch of weapons, but it don't matter if I have a bunch of weapons. If I got freaking Jamar Chase, I don't need a bunch of weapons. I got Jamar Chase. I don't need 15 weapons. You know who's down there? Jamar. Where? Somewhere. I'm throwing the football there.
Cincinnati has multiple weapons. That's where I'm like confused. But
yeah, whatever. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown out of the backfield with
Chase Brown. Hey, I love me Chase Brown. I knew he was going to be a beast from Illinois.
It's going to be interesting, man. All I'm saying, I love the fact that the Bears do rank top 10 in this. I think it does speak to it. Now it's about here's the thing with everybody on this list, where the biggest question is going to come from. Listen, Philadelphia Eagles, they have a top 3 quarterback in the NFL, top 5 quarterback in the NFL if you want to. Tampa Bay, you got Baker. I mean, Baker's solid. Cincinnati,
he had a really good year.
You got a top 3 quarterback in the NFL, if not the best quarterback in the NFL. Detroit got an MVP candidate. We'll see if he can get him the ball this year. Very different situation, but you got an MVP candidate in there. San Fran, two-time
Just
Super
paid
Bowl
him a lot of money.
quarterback. Just
Yeah.
paid him the baggy bag. Minnesota, you got JJ. We'll see. I think this is going to be okay, but we'll see.
Yeah, JJ,
Miami,
but you also got
Tua.
JJ.
Rams, you got Stafford. Houston, you got CJ. The quarterback is going to matter incredibly in this list, and I think he said it last year. He said, he had the Bears wide receiving core last year ranked top 5, but doesn't matter if my quarterback can't get him the ball because he's laying on his back.
Well, that's the thing. I think the protection it matters. And maybe that's where they're looking at with a lot of these teams is, how does the protection along with the quarterback and the talent look? Because Tampa Bay does have a decent line. No, I was just saying Tampa Bay I was thinking more of Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has a decent line. You're right. I think Cincinnati is just by default, just offensively, they're just a juggernaut, in my opinion. But when you're looking at the Bears team specifically,
because says that's good protection.
Oh, he looks at it. Yeah. No, he gets killed yearly. Yeah, annually. So my thing is, when you're looking at specifically the Bears, because as we mentioned, that's what we care about. I'm impressed at the depth of all of the different, pass catchers that we have. We mentioned not just wide receivers. And that's where, again, you mentioned a running back like DeAndre Swift. I think that's where he thrives out of the backfield, is being a pass catcher, getting in those screen passes and being able to kind of wiggle through in space. That is his strength. You have obviously Cole Kmet. You got Colston Loveland, who by all accounts is probably the best receiving tight end coming out of this draft. We talked about his route running. He looks like just a big version of a wide receiver. And so you look forward to what he can bring. We talked about Luther Burden, his talent, and what he potentially can do. He can be very special. Rome, DJ, like the list can go on and on. And so I think the depth on this team is why they're in the top 10 as well. But again, everything is predicated off of the quarterback, right? And so I think that's where we're in the top 10, but we're in the bottom part. And I think it just has to be proven, because last year they gave us kudos. And like you said, we kind of fizzled out because you started top 5 wide receiver and then, it didn't pan out that way. And so I think they're just looking to actually, hey, let's prove it this time around.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening throughout the season. I'll tell you what, though, I think there's a lot of fun that's going to be had this season, especially with Ben Johnson at the helm, ladies and gentlemen. You already know it's going to be fun.
It is.
Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. As always, hit that like button, subscribe to the page, delete a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Fiery episode this morning. A little fiery.
You guys are going nuts in the chat.
Yeah, the chat's always going nuts. Jimmy Hoffa speaking. That's all they need. There's a Packer fan in the chat. Here we go.
Yeah, I love it, though. I love it.
Shout out to everybody that rocks with it, man. I love being able to have the back and forth, have the discourse, have the conversation. Appreciate y'all for always showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're going to get up out of here. For Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. It's your boy, Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there in Chicago. We'll be back if there's any breaking news or anything going on throughout the Bears world. Y'all stay safe. Peace.
Ooh.
Right.
What
No, my bad. I forgot. That was Monopoly.
Yeah, I know. I was like, did you just say rock?
Monopoly? Yeah. Little dinosaur action.
Guess we're missing it, huh?
I guess so. We haven't played Monopoly in a while, actually.
We haven't played Monopoly in a while.